This world, down, down, all alone,
Fat
down,
ass
down.
Mary's
But we
in
got
the
free
building.
facts, down, down. So we're not alone, down, down.
It's just Freeze, and we've got Mary, fat bastard Mary, in the house. First appearance. Sadly, not the last.
Shite mother, shite character. You know, just pretty shite, but she's here. She might be shit, but she's our shit, Mary.
Fair play, right? Because they never tried to make Mary out to be good. They didn't ram her down your throat. They knew she was shite.
Basically said, look, she's a shite mum, but she's been called into action. She's been deployed. So, yeah.
Also, it's the first ever raid on the clubhouse in this episode, and the name of the episode, Capybara, is the largest rodent in the world, therefore referring to giant rat, which sums
AKA potentially Opie.
Potentially Opie, but we kick off the episode.
My go to you, Clay.
Clay receives a phone call on the Telemorrow phone. I mean, no, it's his burner. It's his prepaid. It's not the...
Because Clay's not a dumb fuck like Pishy Pants Piney. So he doesn't use the Telemorrow landline.
Goddamn right, but Clay then receives a phone call from the club's attorney, Rose, and he says that the club is free of the ATF, brother. Oh, I love that, man, because Otto smashed Stall's face in, but as they're like celebrating this, just like a geek looks at his monitor and is like, Clay, and then the ATF burst in, batter everyone, then take Bobby. You're under arrest for the murder of Brennan Hefner.
Bobby gets his big fat ass dragged out here. Who's got a fatter ass, Bobby or Mary? Both pretty fucking fat.
I'd probably say Mary,
like, you know, it's not. I just can't help feel like the club are celebrating the fact that Otto's basically just condemned himself to prison for the foreseeable future.
No, but also from another point of view, what did they just think Stall was going to give up?
Nah. Oh, Otto smashed my face in, so I'm just gonna retire.
Like, albeit, like, it does put an end to Rico, which they're kind of celebrating, but you know, I mean, it doesn't mean like that's the end. Like, of course they were going to go after, you know, other stuff.
It'd be like us losing a bet on Sky Bet, and Sky Bet just think we ain't going to come back with another one. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Does people get that fucking reference?
That's a good analogy. He's going to come back with more.
Well, I'll tell you what will come back with more. Clay's at the clubhouse. They're discussing it. He says, "Remember light, damn it." Then the camera pans the Opie's
seat.
Opie's seat. There's nobody in the seat.
Like, you say that there's no seat assigned, but every time they're sitting down, they're always in the same fucking seats.
They're obviously seat assigned.
I don't think there is. Well, whose seat was Unser sitting on a few episodes ago? Why do you think I'm sitting here? Happy hasn't got a seat.
Yeah, I know he doesn't. That's where he's sat.
So have you ever noticed though? There's never extra seats. There's only the amount of seats they need for each member. It's almost like they get beforehand. Right, who's come to church so I can get Gemma to take away some seats? I don't know if that actually happens or not, but does Penny have a big reinforced seat?
Probably.
Seat made of steel?
A pish-resistant seat. Probably, like, but...
pish-stained seat.
Just brings up the fact here that he tried the contact Opie, he tried the house lines, but nothing worked. Then Tig kind of implies here that Opie is the informant, like, rather abruptly. So there was only two guys who were witness to that hit. One of them's in jail. Don't even say it, asshole.
The other one's not here.
Oh, Piney tries to bring up the fact that maybe Donna changed the goddamn within like
randomly, like, why the fuck? Like, so hold on a second. You can't get through to somebody and your first initial fucking response is, I must have changed the number. What? I mean, come on.
But Juice even says he tried them on the normal phones.
I tried them on every line we got. Like, oh well, should have tried phoning him on the Telemorrow line, Piney.
One, Tig's pretty quick here to assume that Opie turned rat. It's kind of come out of nowhere that he's not there. Even though he was witness to the hit and he was there. But also, Piney's reasoning here, very poor. Yeah. Piney's just not been good decision making this season. I mean,
season one Piney, like, it's in the bin for me. He's not covering himself in glory, like. He's definitely not.
Yeah, but we get Jax. He goes to Opie's house. He discovers Stall's.
Yeah, Jax says he'll bring him here, and Opie can explain everything.
Oh, and he goes there, and then he finds Stall's card, and then he's like, "Oh, maybe Tig was right, brother." Then he goes to the police station. He talks to Unser. What?
Nothing. Talks to Unser, right?
Oh, who you going?
Well, he talks to Unser, doesn't he?
He talks to Unser.
Well, first he talks to the neighbours, and they say, well, he was picked up in a sedan at around 2:30 a.m., but he wasn't carried out in cuffs. He walked freely.
But that happens later on in the episode. He talks to Unser first, so you've just went out of chronological order there.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well.
So I'm up here talking, mate. You're down there talking.
No,
All you're doing is talking pish. You know?
You're talking
But
pirates.
this is funny because Unser's actually under arrest.
Yeah, no, so yeah, Jax asked for information on Opie, and then Unser's like, yeah, if I find out anything, I'll give you a call. How? You fucking locked up, you idiot. And I highly doubt they've locked you up with your phone. I mean, how's he gonna find out information? He's fucking trapped in a cell.
I know, Unser, man, he's been dealt a pretty shit hand here.
It's mad that you're supposed to believe this guy's the fucking sheriff.
There's a snake in my boot.
I mean, the guy's got fucking cancer and he's hanging on to life by a thread. He gets undermined by Hale at every opportunity, and Agent Stalls literally came in, kicked him out of his office, and fucking thrown him in the cell. I mean, how's this guy deputy chief? How's this guy chief?
Yeah, literally, like, how is he chief? I don't really know. But then we get a returning character because Wendy returns for rehab, tries to go into her house, but it's not really happening.
At this stage, man, you'd be better off just patching out the police and fucking patching into the club.
Right, mate, we've dealt with that. Wendy's shown up. Junkie-free Wendy.
Wendy!
You're safe.
Here's Wendy.
But she'll be checking into a sober living. Was he a sober living house? Why can't you just be trusted to go to a house by yourself? True. Like, why is there actual, like, buildings where you have to stay to be clean?
You know, if you're a fucking grown adult, like, just grow up, man. And
yeah, it's... I don't know if it's an American
weak
thing.
mentality, lefty mentality, in my opinion. Small-minded, liberal
if
mentality.
you need to stay in a building with a bunch of strangers to keep yourself clean, you're not fucking right in the head. If you can't do it for yourself, you're not gonna. I mean, what? I don't know, but also Abel
do it for your kid.
Abel will be getting out of hospital soon, so all good. Jackie Boyle, at least we got one good thing coming out of today, brother. As Clay says, not even in this episode. But then Juice shows up with a couple bits of A4 paper, reveals that Opie has actually had some of his debt paid off by
he had a big bill payment.
Federal wire transfer. Clay and Tiggs basically tell Juice to fuck off, but it also stays between us.
Keep this between it. But that's what I mean. It's like I feel like Juice is a prospect, you know.
Yeah. But then he's the IT guy.
I know, but there's no one really else in the club that gets spoken to the way Juice does. Now, you mean, you could maybe argue that Juice is, like, younger, but, I mean, he's about the same age as fucking Opie and Jax. Alright, I understand, Jax is VP. But Opie never really... When does Opie ever get spoken down to, or basically just told to piss off?
Yeah, but Opie and Jax at this point have been in the club for, like, over a decade. Juice does not give me those sort of vibes. But your age doesn't mean anything to me. Alright?
Well, does your patch mean anything?
Yeah, and Juice is not really... Opie's got the Men of Mayhem. Juice doesn't have that yet.
Does he ever get it?
Yes, Clay gives him it in season 4. Keep up, get educated. We move on. Alright. And then Jax...
Educate your prospect.
Jax turns up, he educates the sergeant and the prez. He says, right, Opie was took out.
Educate your fucking channel co-host.
He wasn't in cuffs, brother. Tiggs in like, yeah, I think Opie's done it, brother. And then this is when we get a very good quote. Jax is like, he did 5 goddamn years for this club, Tig, and maybe doesn't want to do 25 more.
That's a good point. Like, just because you've done 5, why the fuck would you want to do 25 more? I mean, it's like you're in a boxing match with Mike Tyson and you take 5 punches and I'm like, that's alright, 25 more's nothing. Like, no. 25 more, it's 25 more, brother.
But also, right, the fact that Clay and Tig, more Tig in my opinion, thinks Opie is the rat. Like, surely, like, I know Jax gives it the whole treatment of he is the rat, I'll kill him myself sort of thing, which is alright, that's all good, him saying that, but Clay and Tig should have maybe kept their suspicions to themselves.
Yeah, because it's almost like if anything happens now to Opie, they've kind of made themselves look
they've made the bed.
The prime suspects, you know?
You know?
They've made it obvious, especially Tiggs. To be fair, Clay hasn't really made it obvious to anybody apart from Tig. He's made it very obvious to Tig. But in terms of the entire club, Clay's like almost sitting on the fence.
Yeah. Literally, like, and then Mary shows up, the greatest character of all time, basically. Why am I dragging my fat ass 75 miles? My family is in a facility in Stockton, which again fuels the whole Opie's a rat thing. Then we cut to Stockton. We've got Opie. He's being held in an interrogation room by Stall. He's like, "You're setting me up as the rat." And Opie's been shafty, and I feel like this is the episode where Opie finally shows his worth. Comes out. Good acting. I'm not saying he's been pissed the entire season, but I feel like he's been a depressing prick for most of the season. And I felt like he came into his own here, Ryan Hurst.
Aye, big Ryan Hurst.
Aye, any thoughts on him?
I like him. Opie's one of my favourite characters.
Yeah, but would you not say this was good?
Yeah, no, I feel like I had more to do. I think he had the bigger impact. Aye,
influence on the episode.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Yep, bigger role. You know what I mean? The more diverse acting. I mean, I feel like the first 10 episodes, he's basically played this guy that his life sucks. He's broke, and his family doesn't really like him. It's just kind of depressing. I think we get to see Opie fight a bit more here.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. And then she gets told. She tells him that his debt has been paid off, and he's like, "You're setting me up as the rat. God damn it!" And then she says there's a good reason to be a witness against SAMCRO because we can set you up with that debt-free life. And then she says the same to Donna. Donna's like, "Opie would never rat, brother." But yeah, and then Stoll also wanted to use Donna to convince Opie, but he's never going to do it, right? He's never going. I mean, I wouldn't bet my top rocker against Donna doing it. Would you?
No, Donna. Could Donna rat?
Definitely could, but then we've got Jack showing up to Wendy. Wendy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Jax, I've already seen Abel today. It's a 2-for-1 sort of deal here." And then Gemma's like, "You know what? I like these two more than Tara because I can manipulate Wendy, and Tara's her own woman, damn it. Fuck feminism." But then
Tara's not good for Jax.
Bobby gets a visit for Stall. Stall gets the A4 paper out again, but it's blank A4 paper this time. Basically tells him that this is exactly what happened, and basically word for word explains what happened. But how can this be possible?
I don't get it. So she's reading. She's got a blank piece of paper, pretends to be reading from it, and literally what she says is word for word what actually happened with the whole Hefner situation. And Bobby's like, it wasn't me playing dumb, but Stall knows.
Yeah, you can pin it down.
Whether the paper's blank or not blank.
The witness couldn't have seen everything that happened, right? But Stall had to say something here that could have been slightly out of sync, and Bobby's got her.
Yeah, but instead she fucking bangs it nail on. So
she could have said Jax froze and Opie was the getaway driver, or But I don't understand how they think how Stall and the ATF would know that Jax was the lookout and the getaway driver. It's almost like this key information here is what makes Clay and Tig think especially that Opie has turned rat, because when they meet with Rosen basically after this, he says this to him, that the only way they could know Jax was involved in the hit is if it was Opie that ratted. And I think that makes total sense.
You read it.
Do you not think so, though?
Yep.
Never make it with you. Look at the fucking neck.
We're going to make it. Let's go.
Mary then visits the Stockton facility. Basically, he tells Dora the truth about Opie, that, "Oh, you bailed on Opie." "No, I didn't. I took him with me and then he ran back to Piney." Why would you run back to Piney? That just kind of sums up how shit Mary is as a parent.
Well, not really. It's probably because, let's be honest, man, Piney's in the club and Opie thinks, "Oh, this club's badass." Instead, what's he want to do? Fucking live in a different state with a single mother who's probably claiming every single food stamp she can get.
Yeah, I mean, Donna says that
the club life is definitely it's more appealing. It's definitely more interesting. I mean, if he stays with Piney, he's thinking, "Damn it, I get to go into this club and shoot guns." If he sticks with Mary, he's thinking, "Fuck me, I'm getting shit dinners every day, and I'm probably going to have to work a 9-to-5 job." So
I'm done working a 9-to-5 job.
9-to-5 jobs absolutely suck. There's Donna telling fucking Opie to chop wood all day. But either that or he could go and earn with the club, earn good money. All Opie has to do is day one protection run for Unser, and he'll make that in one night more than he would make working a 9-to-5 all week.
Fucking get me in, Opie.
I mean,
what's your references? What is your references? Who knows? But Opie, he's released. He's released.
He's free.
Him and Donna are leaving. Stall's trying to convince them both, but he's like, "No, brother." But yeah, the conversation with Mary here, it's no worked. And then Opie looks at Donna like, yeah, you're actually not being a nagging bitch for once. You've accepted my terms and we're going here. Woo! And then Jax confronts Clay and Tig, says, will Opie be safe? And then this is when we get Clay and Tig just lying through their fucking teeth here. Aye, he'll be safe. And then we get the big...
He'll get his chance to speak.
He'll get his 10 seconds of fame, brother. Then we get Opie returning to Charming. It's a weird reception when he comes back, innit?
Aye.
Like, Piney's like, hello, son. And then, like, they call Chapel. They all put their phones in. And then, like, as they sit down, Tig doesn't go in, which, again, it's just immediate fucking...
Pretty sure Jax says, where's Tig? Clay's like, oh, he'll be here in a few minutes.
This is just alarm bells. Like, they could do this in such a better way.
Can I just say, it was murder and a shite? Can I just, no?
Yeah, no, maybe, like, well, murder and a shite. Maybe they could have did that, but they didn't do that, so we got to move on. Then Piney basically says, oh, it proves he's not a rat. Does it? He's at the table, Piney. Doesn't mean fuck all.
He's at the table and...
I can guarantee you for the duration
as
of
Tig
this...
finds it, like, literally all his devices have been tapped.
And not at the table.
So, I mean...
You know, but, like, throughout the duration of this show and other shows, just because someone turns up after getting arrested or, you know, is it, like, the meeting, that does not mean they're not a fucking informant, like...
I know.
But obviously, I mean, I get it. He's loyal to the club, damn it. Opie basically explains what's going on. She set him up to be the rat, paid off all his bills. He then looks Clay dead in the eye. Are we good, brother?
Am I good with you, Clay? And Clay is like...
It's like a 10-minute pause.
Yeah, and he's like... Yeah.
But it's like he does it in
like,
such a sleek it fucking...
It was like, yeah, I'm going to kill you tomorrow night. It was like...
Aye.
It was almost like Clay wanted Opie not to believe him, you know?
Aye, it's like Clay.
But Opie, being the gullible bastard that he is, just 100% believes his ass. Right, I'm good with Clay, and everyone starts celebrating.
Yeah, Tig finds all his devices outside, in his truck, in his phone. He kills both of them. And then he comes in, and then it's like, as soon as Tig walks in, it's basically time for everyone else to go. And then him and Claire discuss things, and Jax is like, what's going on there? But then Opie brings him in for a big hug. And then Tig says that he found the wire in his car, in his phone, and now Tig is confident, and then Clay's like, this sort of shit could crush a child. We bring this to a vote. But right, how could they even bring this to a vote? His best friend and dad aren't going to kill him without tangible proof.
What I want to know is, if they brought it to a vote...
Would it have to be unanimous?
Or majority? It depends on what kind of vote. Anytime we've seen a Mr. Mayhem vote, it's always had to be unanimous. But, like, what vote would they want?
I will put it this way, right? At this current point, you've got Bobby and Otto in jail. Opie obviously can't take part in the vote for obvious reasons. So you've got Clay, Tig, Jax, Chibs, and Juice. And Piney.
Not much of a vote, is it?
You've got two guys who are going to vote yes. You've got two guys who are going to vote no. And I just can't really imagine Chibs or Juice actually voting yes.
What does Mario only need one no vote, so...
Yeah, I know, but I'm just...
Even if he was a rat, though, would Penny really vote to kill his son? Then again, Alvarez fucking gave his up, so... I mean, who knows?
I think Penny probably would.
I think so. Yeah, you laid your bed, son. I don't know, it's a bit weird.
Grow a dick, make some money.
I mean, if Jax was ratting, would Gemma not, like, tell Clay, look, you got a fault, no, let him have a chance on the run, you know, like, I mean...
You are dead. You are dead. Jax comes in, he's like, are we good? Is Opie good? Clay's like, yeah, let's join the party. As the episode ends, because Opie's gonna die next episode, and we have to rate it out of 10. What you getting at?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I liked it. It was good.
I'm gonna give it an 8, and we're building towards the finale, aren't we?
We are. We're on the road to the finale. It's been a good road, but that road is heating up. It's now time for quote of the episode. Clay Morrow has been hogging the spotlight when it comes to this category, but finally somebody else can step in and get the glory, and that person's going to be Tig Traeger when referring to Opie. Jax saying that Opie would never rat. He done 5 years for this club, but Tig says maybe he doesn't want to do 25 more. And I think that's a very fair point that Tig's making. Just because that Opie was willing to sacrifice 5 years of his life for the club doesn't mean he's willing to sacrifice another 25. So
No, absolutely, but I feel like in terms of quotes this episode, we didn't have much funny. It was a very serious episode, I feel.
Well, yeah, no, I do get that. Like, I mean, I think
But
that's
I liked
obvious.
it. I liked it because, see, when Tig said it, Jax had no response.
Yeah, Jack knew Tig was right on the money. And speaking on the money,
It was the equivalent of, you had 2 hours to think about it.
talk about quotes no one gets. Or
Oh, I could mention Sky Bet. Like, people, like, who knows Sky Bet or Chris
Sky Bet or
Hansen?
Chris
I'll
Hansen
put it up for a vote.
Chris Hansen all day fucking long. And speaking about being on the money, it's time for the MVP of the episode, and we're going to give it to the boring, depressing Opie Winston. It's not his fault his life's shite. It's about to get shiter. But in this episode, I thought it was good. He refuses to rat. He refuses to give Stall anything. He stays strong. He walks out with his wife. He gets his family back. He comes in to the clubhouse and he basically tells Tig and Clay to suck a dick because I'm no the traitor. And I like this for Opie. Unfortunately, you know,
It didn't do much for him.
Next
so.
episode doesn't go too good for him, but you know what? It was good here when it mattered.
And that's it, guys. Until the sleeper babbies. Peace.